Hi, I'm James the Cursed. I'm here with Dave Georgeson, the Director of Development for the EQ Next franchise, and you just showed me some excellent, we'll pretend it's yesterday, but you just showed me some excellent EverQuest Next Landmark stuff. And now, EverQuest Next Landmark, I think when a lot of people first saw it, they thought it was going to be like a set of dev tools, but I think it's very much an MMO, and the ways that you were establishing that are like a parkour system, character customization, the adventurer class, being able to transfer your character to EQ Next when it launches.
Right.
So can you talk a little bit about how you really made it or are making it feel like an MMO versus just a set of like construction tools?
Well, sure. I mean, it has all the trappings you'd expect out of an MMO. So we have all the social mechanisms, like guilds and friend lists, things like that you'd expect. All the text chat and VoIP and all the tools that you'd expect out of a persistent world. And then we have some other stuff too, like temporary structures where you can get together to do cool build outs and stuff. But really, what we're doing is we're kind of it's a giant social engineering experiment in a way, because players are going to be doing different things in this kind of game. They're going to be wandering through the world and seeing everybody else's imaginations and checking out all the different structures and all that other stuff. So what we have to do as game designers is basically find reasons for them to get together and make friends and be able to do these kind of really awesome co-op build-out projects that we're hoping that they'll try. So to do that, we kind of when you drop into the world after you've created your character, you appear at one of these landmarks around the world, and those have some social structures in them, like open air market bazaars, so that people can buy and sell the stuff that they've gathered in the world and made objects and things like that. They can sell it to other players in those locations, as well as being able to bebop around really easily and move between the worlds, which is a big deal for Landmark, because every world is unique, and all the stuff that people are building across all those worlds, we don't want you to ever feel trapped in your own pocket. So we let you use the wizard spires to move actually between worlds, and then that opens up the opportunities for real estate purchasing and buying low and selling high and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And all of these things are designed to get the players to talk to each other once in a while, because then you might make a friend, and if you make a friend, then you can do more in this game. One person alone, awesome. More people, better.
Right. You showed me those time lapse of one person and then two people kind of going at like a construction operation. And it was just extremely impressive. I think that the amount of fidelity that you can get out of like shaping the landscape, not just building a castle or a house, but actually like making a lava spout over there and just really digging into the terrain in a very real sense. I think it's really interesting. So what are some of the construction tools that you're providing with players in this very unique voxel-based world?
Well, at launch, Landmark will have the build tools, so the smoothing tools, the painting tools, the voxel brush adjustable size, and there's more stuff that we'll announce later on. But basically everything that we have. So as we develop tools inside for EverQuest Next, we're moving those things into Landmark. At the beginning, those are the tools that we have. But as we develop more and more stuff for Next, Landmark will grow also.
Okay, awesome. I think EQ Next Landmark, just EQ Next, something that's been talked about a lot is the destructibility. Everything's destructible. It's tremendous. It's going to be super cool. But with EQ Next Landmark, I think players are seeing a side of that they want in EQ Next, which is the constructability. And being able to build up structures and kind of, leave their impact on the land and making their realm very different from a friend's different realm or whatever the case may be. So can you talk a little bit about how construction is going to play a part in EQ Next, once you kind of shift over from EQ Next Landmark to the launch of EQ Next, if players are going to be able to build things, how that's going to work, stuff like that?
Well, yes, building will be part of EverQuest Next. It will be different than Landmark. We aren't announcing a lot of details about how you're going to build in EverQuest Next, but of course a lot of it will be similar. It's the same backbone, it's the same kind of tools. All those things will be available. It'll probably be different in that at Landmark you grab a flag and you go out there and you claim a spot, and that probably will not be so freeform in EverQuest Next, because it's more of a fantasy world and it has structures and governmental bodies and all those other things. So you're probably going to have to earn the trust or accolades or something like that to give you a land grant, and then you could start building on that. But one of the really cool things is that if you build it so that it would work in Norath while you're playing Landmark, and we have those continents for Norath stuff, if you build it so it would work in Norath, then that would obviously be a structure you could build in EverQuest Next, and it'll just be when we announce those rules. It'll be more obvious how that can work. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really exciting. We have already seen like tons of people on Reddit threads and stuff like that talking about, oh, we're gonna get our guild together and build this massive guild hall, and of course we want to be able to support stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why we have Landmark, is so that the players can start experimenting and showing us what they really want out of Next. And that's why we haven't announced a release date on Next, is so that we can react to that sort of thing. So yeah, it'll be a free-form, build it together sort of project.
Awesome. One of the things that you said to me, which is really interesting, this might just be because I'm a YouTube guy, but you're going to have a series of like tags and filters to be able to filter, okay, is this player making a sci-fi, like a scale model replica of the Starship Enterprise, or are they making, you know, the Temple of Madness that's kind of themed for EverQuest Next?
Right.
So do you foresee the majority of the community just trying to build something that's going to get into the game, or do you foresee people just going off on a tangent and building whatever they want?
God, I hope they build whatever they want. I mean, I really do. I know that there will be this core of people that are really interested in helping us build Norath, and I might be like wildly surprised, and it might be a gigantic number of people, which would be phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal. Can you imagine what we could build together? But I know that people are going to go off, and that's one of the reasons why we have the free-form structure on the world, going between worlds, is so that people can kind of gravitate towards like-minded people that want to do things. Like if somebody wanted to build, of course we couldn't allow the Starship Enterprise, but we could allow a spaceship that goes on a 5-year mission. But anyway, so I mean, if they want to build stuff like that, they want to build the Blade Runner city, they want to build whatever they want to build, that they can kind of gravitate together and then be able to find land masses where they can do their own thing. And I kind of expect worlds to start developing personalities as people start to congregate together. But who knows? I mean, that's one of the cool things about a sandbox, is you never really know what's going to come out the other end.
Right. And I guess we'll find out this winter, because that's when EverQuest Next is slated to release. Well, not EverQuest Next, but Landmark. But what can players do right now? So you talked to me a little bit about the roundtable, which is similar to the PlanetSide 2 roadmap. And it's just kind of almost a Reddit structure of what players want to see. And female beards for dwarves was a great example of how that system worked, I guess. So can you talk a little bit about Roundtable and how players can really get involved in the community right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's already going. So Roundtable is kind of a starting point, and we're touching base on, well, most media, or most the different social channels. So, you know, Twitter and Reddit and stuff like that, we've been interacting back and forth, excuse me. So, what we wanted to do was use Roundtable as kind of a focus point, so that we can kick off discussions like that and then watch how they develop all the other places, because direct feedback is not always the truth. You know, a lot of people have emotional reactions and everything like that. So the more that we watch all kinds of discussions in lots of different places, we can start to really burrow down to the why or the real concerns, and then build solutions for that kind of stuff. So yeah, Roundtable has been extraordinarily useful for us already. The dwarf thing is, I mean, it was fun throwing a question up like that, but it actually did make an impact. It changed the way that we were going to approach the dwarven females. And,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait until winter. It's coming, and I cannot wait to get my hands on EverQuest Next Landmark, and then eventually EverQuest Next. It's going to be an amazing kind of like social experiment that's taking place, just like you said. So I want to thank Alienware for covering all of this PAX coverage for Curse, and I want to thank Dave Georgeson for giving me a very pleasant interview for a very awesome game that's coming up soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game.